So I have 4 different types of freshly made raisins, and we're gonna give all of them a try. But first, we have to dehydrate them. So here are my grapes. I've got some green, red, black. These are the Moondrop variety, and I also have some cherry tomatoes fresh out of my garden. Of course, everything is seedless. First, I'm gonna give them a good bath and a rinse. Now, I like to soak mine in a solution of baking soda and water. This will help remove any dirt and also pesticides. I'm gonna let them soak right here for about 20 minutes. Now you want to take a knife or toothpick and penetrate that skin. This is aggravating and it takes some time, but it's critical. If you try to skip this step, you run the risk of the skin hardening over. Then the inside of the grape cannot dry out properly. At least at the very minimum, you're gonna lower the dry time by breaking that skin. I tend to pack my trays pretty tight, but I haven't had any issues. Dehydrated foods shrink so quick when air and heat are introduced. I'm gonna run these in my 16 tray dehydrator because I'm also gonna run a large batch of eggplant with them. For the eggplant, I just slice them up into roughly 1/4 inch thick pieces, give them a light coat of salt. They come out very tasty and they're actually a great alternative to a saltine cracker. For my temp, I'm gonna go with 135 degrees. And for my time, well, I just got it set to 24 hours. I'm betting it's gonna take longer than that for the grapes, but that's gonna be pretty close to the amount of time that I need to run those eggplant chips. Well, it's been running for almost 24 hours. Now the grapes got a long way to go, so I bumped the temperature up to 165. However, my eggplant chips, they're ready. They're nice and crunchy. So I'm gonna pull them out, stuff them in a mason jar, seal that up, and load this behemoth back up with another round of eggplant. Ain't no need in having it sitting here running only 4 trays. So 60 long hours later, and these are finally done. I actually overcooked a few of my cherry tomatoes. But before we try them, let me tell you a few things that I learned. My wife ran a batch of cherry tomatoes earlier this year, and she sliced every one of them in half. They dehydrated in under 24 hours, and they were very delicious. But what I did not like is we ended up with a very tiny raisin. So I wanted to try them like this so we had a larger, more normal size raisin. So if you're willing to spend the time to slice every one of them in half and you don't mind a very tiny grape, it will greatly reduce your drying time. So let's give them a little taste test. I'll start with the red grapes. That honestly tastes pretty much like any store-bought raisin I've ever had. One of these Moondrops. That's definitely got a sweeter flavor to it. I like that one better. Green grapes. That's surprisingly even better than the Moondrop. I was not expecting that. I thought that may turn out to be kind of bitter. I think that's my favorite raisin. And finally, I'll finish off with my homegrown cherry tomatoes. They turned out to be a little crunchy, but they're good though. They taste kind of like a very sweet tomato. I'd probably rank them second place, right behind the green grapes actually. If you want to make raisins like this at home, be sure to check the description for a 10% off discount code on all Bench Foods dehydrators. I would definitely recommend trying the green grapes or the Moondrop grapes. I'm not sure they're cost efficient, but they're actually very good. And as for me, I plan to make a bunch of tomato raisins next summer, and I will definitely be slicing them in half.